super tasty! Super noodle tasty! Super noodles, the tastiest taste in town.
You're up, Roy.
Hello and welcome to the Cinema List, where we're about to go on an epic quest. A classic style quest now with an iconic film, as first up we have gone for The Goonies. When their homes are threatened by a developer, a group of kids find an ancient map and set off to find the legendary pirate One-Eyed Willie's long-lost treasure. To a completely different sort of quest now with 2016's Storks. The famous baby delivery birds got out of that business a long time ago, but when an order is made by accident, it's up to Junior and Tulip to go on a perilous journey to fulfill the contract. Next up, a quest to find a missing parent with Son of Bigfoot. When strange things start to happen to him, Adam sets out on an adventure to find his father, only to discover he is the mythical creature known as Bigfoot. From Bigfoot to a big, angry green ogre in Shrek the Third. After the king dies, leaving our hero as the new heir to Far, Far Away, he sets off on a quest to find someone else to do the job instead. Back to the 80s now with The Never-Ending Story. A bullied young boy reads a mysterious book which follows the fantastical adventure of the hero Atreyu as he tries to save the childlike empress. Next up, a film that includes the voice talents of Julia Roberts, Michelle Rodriguez and Gordon Ramsay, as we have Smurfs, The Lost Village. Smurfette, along with her friends, Brainy, Hefty and Clumsy, set out on an adventure into the Forbidden Forest and find something that will change Smurf history forever. Warning, the following quest contains annoyingly catchy pop songs, as we have chosen Trolls. When the Bergens find their village and kidnap their friends, Poppy and Branch set off on a quest to rescue them. Flint Lockwood has to go back to the island in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Flint finds out the food machine he invented is still operational and has started to make animal food hybrids that have taken over his old home of Swallow Falls. Another surreal quest now, as we have chosen 2017's The Emoji Movie. Gene is a meh with a problem. He cannot stick to one expression and that threatens the whole community. So he sets off on a journey to become normal. We end with another classic, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. A kid finds an alien who has been left behind on Earth by his kind, and together they must find a way to get him back home.
E.T. home phone.
Right then, I'm off on my own quest to find more chocolate biscuits. Until next time, bye-bye.
New Zealand has a wall of deep blue ocean.
And one for Advert.
Every night, millions of people trust Emma with their sleep. Why? Because for a peaceful night's sleep, Emma has got everything covered, except messy morning hair. We haven't got a solution for that yet. Try our Emma Sleep Essentials for 200 nights at emma-sleep.co.uk.
Mayday, mayday.
Commence rescue operation.
Most of the passengers were still in their cabins when the storm hit.
So almost 300 people still missing. What the hell happened on there?
Enjoy more of the latest blockbusters on Sky Cinema with Megan.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie.
Your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
I won't let anything harm you ever again. Megan! This is the part where you run.
Hold the door!
Megan, available from the 25th of August on Sky Cinema.
Phil Spector, he was a legendary figure.
A tragedy happened, but it could have happened in anybody's house. I had nothing to do with her death.
She was an actress. Lana Clarkson.
Lana never talked about suicide.
He went into studios and created magic. I needed to establish who he really is and what he's capable of.
Stop the camera from rolling for 1 second.
His troubles came in contact with our Lana.
Innocent until proven guilty. Let history speak for itself.
With over 18 million passengers coming through Auckland.
Haagen-Dazs.
You're up, Roy.
Hello and welcome to the Cinema List, where we're looking at some of our favourite Sky original thrillers. We start with 2022's political thriller, The Independent. Starring Brian Cox, John Cena and Jodie Turner-Smith, the film follows a journalist as they uncover a conspiracy involving a candidate for the US presidency during an election that could affect the whole country. From the same year, we have gone for Blacklight. Liam Neeson stars as Travis Block, a government agent who discovers a plot targeting US citizens and ends up going up against the FBI director he used to protect. Based on the novel by Jane Harper, next up we have chosen The Dry. Detective Aaron Falk returns to his drought-ridden rural home to attend the funeral of an old friend, but his return opens up the unsolved murder of a teenage girl he was accused of decades ago. Now, from 2021, we have chosen American Night. When Andy Warhol's famous pink Marilyn painting arrives in New York transported by a hapless courier, it triggers a war for it between an art dealer, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, and the mob. Also starring Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, next we have The Good Neighbor. When journalist David accidentally kills a woman while driving back from a nightclub, him and his newfound friend decide to cover it up. But things soon spiral out of control. Starring Academy Award winner Casey Affleck alongside Michelle Monaghan and Sam Claflin, next up we have gone for the slow-burning thriller Every Breath You Take. Affleck plays a psychiatrist whose career is thrown into jeopardy when a patient takes her own life. So he takes her brother home to meet his family, which soon starts to tear apart. We follow that up with action thriller Deadlock. When a group of terrorists led by Bruce Willis take control of a hydroelectric dam and take the workers and a visiting school trip hostage, it's up to Patrick Muldoon to save the day. From the director of Dead Calm, Salt and Patriot Games, next up we have chosen The Desperate Hour. Naomi Watts plays a mother who faces a race against time to save her child when the authorities place her town under lockdown when a gunman is on the loose. We follow that up with 2022's The Hanging Sun. Based on the novel by Joe Nesbø, the film sees a reluctant hitman grow a conscience and hide out from his sadistic crime boss father in a remote, isolated fishing village. We end with Maggie Moores. Directed by John Slattery and starring Jon Hamm and Tina Fey, the film follows a police chief of a small town who investigates the weird murder of two women with the same name and gets help from a very nosy neighbor.
And you're annoyed?
Absolutely not annoyed.
Mildly put out.
That's fair.
That I didn't tell you about Maggie's murder before I told her husband.
And that's it for now. So, until next time, bye-bye.
Ephedrine was seized and referred to the investigations team before being destroyed.
At Nurofen, we know that sometimes regular painkillers alone aren't enough. That's why we developed Nuromol Dual Action. It starts working faster than ibuprofen and lasts longer than paracetamol alone. For all-in-one pain relief. Nuromol.
Burnley's a small town and there's only 90,000 people that live here.
We are in a relegation battle.
I don't think these Americans understand Burnley.
And with that, Burnley are relegated from the Premier League. This is a big ask for Vincent Company.
Detail he goes into is unbelievable.
Come on, go again!
He demands so much from us.
And we go, we beat them.
Absolutely beautiful!
And we beat whatever comes after as well.
When you're down and people say you're not good enough, trust that we'll finish on top.
Listen to the turf more roar!
You have a choice between saving one person and saving every world.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Available now in Sky Store.
Mayday, mayday!
Commence rescue operation.
Most of the passengers were still in their cabins when the storm hit.
So almost 300 people still missing. What the hell happened on there?
From the Arctic to the tropics, and rivers to rainforests. Get closer to islands, bursting with life.
Massive game, this. I hope they've come here with fire in their bellies.
Forget the fire. I hope they've had the Weetabix. Win your official shirt with Weetabix.
Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, welcome to the city that never sleeps. You gotta be kidding me. Experience an electrifying theater where only the fastest, most ferocious, and spine-tingling performers come to play. The greatest return in tennis. The U.S. Open is back only on Sky Sports.
Viewers are warned the following programme contains flashing images. Welcome to the Cinema List, where we're looking at some of the women in the Mission Impossible films who give Ethan Hunt a run for his money. We begin with surveillance expert Sarah Davies from Mission Impossible, who, alongside Claire, Jack, Hannah, and of course Ethan, fills out the IMF team charged with stopping the list of undercover agents getting out into the open. Also from Mission Impossible, we have chosen French actress Emmanuelle Biel. She plays Claire Phelps, wife of Jim and fellow IMF agent who helps Ethan steal the knock list from Langley. And finally from Mission Impossible, there is Oscar winner Vanessa Redgrave as the Enigma, Max. Originally written to be played by a man until Redgrave was cast, Max is an arms dealer who is after the knock list to sell to the highest bidder. On to Mission Impossible 2 now, and Thandoe Newton as the thief Naya Nordoff Hall, who Ethan recruits to help him take down rogue agent Sean Ambrose. Next up, Michelle Monaghan in 2006's Mission Impossible 3. In the film, she plays nurse Julia Mead, Ethan's fiancée, who is unaware of his day job being an IMF agent until she gets caught up in his latest mission. Also from Mission Impossible 3, Maggie Q as IMF agent Zen Lee. To Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol next, and we have chosen Léa Seydoux as nefarious assassin Sabine Moreau, who had killed an IMF agent and stolen the launch codes for a nuclear missile. Also in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, hot on the heels of Moreau, who murdered her colleague, Paula Patton stars as IMF agent Jane Carter. It was Mission Impossible Rogue Nation that first introduces to Enigma Ilsa Faust, who has a canny knack of saving Ethan Hunt's life. Vanessa Kirby as the White Widow now in 2018's Mission Impossible Fallout. Real name, Alana Mistopoulos. She is an arms dealer and broker who just so happens to be the daughter of Vanessa Redgrave's character Max in the first film. We finish the show with the formidable Angela Bassett as Erica Sloan in Mission Impossible Fallout. Sloan replaced Alec Baldwin's Hunley as the director of the CIA and is responsible for putting the impressively mustached Walker as Ethan's shadow as he tries to hunt down the missing plutonium cores.
This scenario is precisely why the IMF exists.
The IMF is Halloween, Alan. A bunch of grown men in rubber masks playing trick-or-treat.
Well, that's it for now, so until next time, bye-bye.
The following is a paid presentation for Tupperware Bread Smart, brought to you by High Street TV.
Everyone is feeling the pain of higher food prices, and yet we waste so much food.